Asmita, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Or Asmita, would you, while we correct Misha's network, would you want to take that question?
Absolutely.
So go ahead,
All
Asmita.
right.
Use this 2 minutes.
Hi everyone, I'm Asmita and I'm a 15-year-old living in Gurugram. I think when I wake up in the morning, when I go out and I breathe, I should breathe fresh air. I should feel rejuvenated. What I feel is coughing. What I feel is asthma. And you know why? Because our AQI is rising and rising and rising. And now we want to develop our cities. We want to mine. We want to take out minerals at the cost of what? At the cost of our heritage, at the cost of billions and billions year old mountains, at the cost of our the biodiversity, at the cost of what is saving us from this high AQI. So if you one day decide to remove protection from these mountains that are the very foundation of our lives, that are the very foundations of the lives of people of Delhi NCR, I would just like to say that there are not just me, but several 15-year-olds around the world who are screaming that I want to go outside, I want to play in fresh air, I want to breathe properly, I want fresh water, I do not want to be deprived of resources because you want more minerals.
That's a very good pitch. That is a very, very good pitch, Asmita. Misha, can you hear us now? Are we better?
It's a bit better.
You wanna have a go at it?
Can you repeat your question again, please?
Would you want to take this time? What's your pitch? What is it that you have to say? Why do you feel so passionately about the Aravallis?
Well, Aravallis is, a crucial economical barrier for the northwestern part of India, and as it helps controlling the winds, and it's a source for groundwater. It's a habitat for so many species of leopards and jackals. So without Aravalli and the trees that are there in the forest, it will be definitely hard for us to breathe. We'll be low on the water resources. And to be honest, due to the development, I'm going to say the so-called development that is, happening, the mining, the everything, that's why they're, promoting more sort of deforestation. So in that case, it is not going to help us because in the future, the AQI levels are going to rise, and the air is already so polluted. So the Aravallis is really important for the northwestern part of India.
Well, you're bang on there, and thank you both of you for putting yourselves out there and saying for what it is, and possibly hoping this time the governments will hear. But I'll bring in Vaishali. Vaishali, there are multiple PILs right now where the Aravallis are concerned, with lots of environmentalists like you. But do you see anything coming of that? Because this fight, Mr. Basu's been fighting forever. Nothing really comes out of it. What do you expect now?
So we are ready with our PI. We should be filing it within a week or so, requesting the Supreme Court to reverse this, pointing out the lacunas, because I was going through the order of 20th November, and even if a layman reads the order, there are certain facts which make you think, why, like for example, the FSI's report, which very categorically says, I've just jotted down some points from the order, where it says, FSI says that Aravalli Hills they have been defined as, here they're not even talking about the height. Their definition of Aravalli Hill has been given as the hill, as well as the uniform 100-meter wide buffer zones surrounding a hill or a hillock. So this is what this FSI said on point 5, in the order at point 5, this is said. And then FSI again goes on further to define, saying that any hill slope which is more than 3 degrees. 3 degrees is very little, Anything which is more than 3 degrees would be considered a hill or a hillock. Aravallis would be considered as Aravallis. But here that was not considered. And Supreme Court just went ahead with the report that was submitted by the committee that was constituted, which said that 100 meters ke upar ki pahadi hai, Aravallis hai. Anything below that, 99 meters, 90 meters, 80 meters is not is not Aravallis. So why was it that FSI report was not considered, which very categorically and in such details has gone ahead to describe that a hill a slope more than 3 degrees will be considered Aravallis? And on what basis or on what science was this it decided that FSI report would not be considered, and the report which was prepared by this committee? And I don't see any, what was the logic that they took this report and not that report? And were there any experts on board who recommended that? When this order was passed, and there's another thing where the amicus who pleaded saying that if they go by the report which is given by the committee, 90% of Aravallis would be gone. But yet, Supreme Court chose to go by this report and not by the FSI report. So that is what we're going to challenge in our PIL.
See, I
Mr.
think
Basu, why do you
basically-
think one report, I know you want to come in, one report was ignored over the other?
Yes, one
See,
report was, and FSI's report was ignored.
Right.
And
That's exactly
committee's
the
report was
point. Why
ignored.
was that
Right.
done? And I think that was done fundamentally. There is one paragraph in the order, perhaps paragraph 13, if I'm not mistaken. That paragraph really puts the point of view of the ASG who was representing this committee and the Ministry of Environment and Forests, that that more area would be excluded if the earlier FSI report and the earlier definition that was spoken about by Vaishali just now of the 3% slope definition, if that was included, that more areas would be excluded from this protection of the Aravallis, which is patently a wrong fact. There is no logic to this, and there is no logic to why 100 meters and above qualifies as hills, and anything that doesn't really shouldn't be given equal protection. The role that is played by a hill which is over 100 meters and under 100 meters is exactly the same. So there is zero logic to this definition.
Yes, yes. And there's one more thing to it. If you read the order, there's one more.
Go
I
ahead.
just missed the point. Hello.
Yeah,
Hello?
go ahead, Vaishali. Yeah, we can hear you.
So I was saying, one is this the why the FSI report was not considered, and there's another thing. So there's a committee called Centrally Empowered Committee, which is constituted by under Supreme Court. That committee comes under Supreme Court, and they have described in details mining where it should be allowed and should not be allowed. And Supreme Court in their order, they say that as of now, they are not allowing any, they're not giving any fresh licenses for mining. The old licenses continue till the time a fresh report is not submitted, where under which sustainable mining would be allowed. And then they go on to say that banning mining completely in Aravallis is not recommended. The judgment says that because if mining is banned completely in the Aravallis, it will promote illegal mining. But my point is, as somebody who's been working for the protection of Aravallis for so long, and at Aravalli Bachao Citizens Movement, just 3 years back in July 2022, although mining is allowed and mining is going on in Aravallis, a DSP ranked police officer, one Mr. Surinder Bishnoi, was crushed under a JCB by illegal land mining mafia. And he had gone to the site in New Meva to stop this illegal mining, and he was just crushed under the JCB. So अगर if ये बोल रहे हैं कि illegal mining promote हो जाएगी if they ban mining, so what was this? And what was this? A police officer rank of DSP was crushed under this. Not just that. Just few months back, under the Chief Justice Gavai, Honorable Chief Justice Gavai, who allowed this 100-meter definition, they were hearing another case where right adjoining Rajasthan, in New Mewat, 32 kilometers to 5 kilometers illegal road was constructed by the local sarpanch over there to promote illegal mining. Vehicles from Rajasthan were coming to New Mewat in Haryana, blasting the hills. And this is Basai Mio, the name of the place, blasting the hills, taking away all the quarried stone to Rajasthan. And this road, construction of this road was facilitated by the sarpanch over there and the land land revenue officers over there, from Tehsildar to Patwaris and all, and they were suspended. So this is despite legal mining happening. So this illegal mining is still going on. So what do they mean when they